I never thought I'd work for Elon Musk, but SpaceX pulled me in like gravity itself. It started in 2017, an ordinary job for an extraordinary mission. Elon wasn't just a name to me anymore. He was the guy pacing the floor at 2 a.m. He'd glance at schematics, then tear them apart. He wasn't always polite, but always precise. You didn't work with Elon. You worked under his shadow. His presence was undeniable. He could walk into a room and flip its energy. Some feared him. Some idolized him. Most of us? We just tried to keep up. Elon worked like a machine. No, faster. 4 hours of sleep. 5 if we were lucky. He could outpace anyone. He challenged everything, from design to delivery. He questioned why we did things a certain way. Because that's how it's always been. Wasn't allowed. One night he called an emergency meeting at 1 a.m. The Falcon 9 prototype wasn't testing well. We had just finished a 12-hour shift. But we stayed because he stayed. That's who Elon is. Tireless and unrelenting. People often think he's a genius, and he is. But his real power is obsession. He must win. He must launch. He must colonize Mars. And he demands the same of you. You're either with the mission or in the way. That's why turnover is high. But those who stay, they're some of the most committed people on Earth. SpaceX isn't a job. It's a war zone for innovation. Elon once said, if the schedule's wrong, the schedule's dumb. Fix it. Time bends in his world. Delays are unacceptable. Budget constraints are irrelevant. If it's not possible today, we'll make it possible tomorrow. He's got this way of making the impossible sound expected. I watched him rip up a $5 million part. If it's not efficient, it's worthless, he said. Brutal, sure, but strangely inspiring. Elon rewards people who break rules and deliver results. If you're innovative and brave, you'll go far with him. But if you're slow, cautious, or unsure, you'll get run over. I saw a lead engineer fired in front of the entire team. No warning, no speech, just, you're done. Elon doesn't tolerate mediocrity. That's what makes SpaceX succeed, and what makes it hard. One launch day, we were 30 seconds from liftoff. A minor valve issue popped up. Elon personally ran to the control room. He halted the launch. People screamed, frustrated, but he explained the pressure error. He had memorized every subsystem. I was floored. This wasn't just a CEO, this was a man obsessed with detail. He'd ask junior interns questions they couldn't answer, and he would explain the answer back to them. You'd learn more from one Elon rant than an entire degree. But yeah, it came with pressure. People cried, burned out, quit. Some left inspired, others traumatized. Me, I stayed for 5 years because I believed in the mission, because I saw Mars on the horizon, because I felt like I was building the future. Elon made me feel that way, even when he never thanked me. Gratitude isn't his strong suit, but results? That's where his love lives. If the rocket flies, he's proud, even if he doesn't say it. He has no off switch. On Christmas, he was reviewing code. On his birthday, he was in a meeting. His kids visit the factory. He doesn't leave it. I don't think Elon has fun. I think he is the fun, if pain is part of the thrill. He doesn't want to live on Earth forever. And maybe that's why he treats it like a temporary project. Elon Musk isn't just building rockets. He's trying to rewrite human destiny. He believes Earth is fragile. He talks about solar flares, asteroid strikes, AI doom. But he doesn't panic. He plans. He moves with purpose, even when no one believes in him. Remember when Falcon Heavy was mocked? He launched a Tesla into space just to prove a point. That wasn't ego. It was a symbol. He wanted us to see that space was real, tangible. He said, I want kids to look at the stars again. That's Elon's soft side. It hides under the fire. He cried during a team meeting once. After a major failure, he took the blame. He said, I'm sorry, I let you down. That moment, it changed how I saw him. He does care. He just doesn't show it conventionally. Elon isn't easy to work for, but the best leaders never are. He pushes past limits because he doesn't believe in them, and he forces you to do the same. That's why SpaceX succeeds where others fall. I watched Starship lift off, tears in my eyes. It wasn't just metal and fire. It was years of sacrifice and Elon's relentless vision. He came up to us afterward, said, "Next one goes higher." No celebration, just the next target. That's how he operates, forward only. When we hit a milestone, he says, "Great, now double it." You don't get a break, you get a new bar to reach. That's the Elon cycle. It burns people, but for some, it forges them. Some call him a tyrant, others call him a visionary. The truth? He's both. There are days I still wake up at 4 a.m. because that was the normal at SpaceX. The urgency Elon instilled never really leaves you. You start seeing the world differently. Bottlenecks feel like insults. That's good enough becomes unacceptable. You begin to challenge everything, even yourself. That's the Musk effect. People think it's just about rockets and Mars, but really it's about mindset. He taught us to erase limitations, to think bigger than our job titles, to obsess over function, not fame. Elon doesn't care if you're a janitor or a lead engineer. If you have the answer, he wants to hear it. If you don't, you'd better learn fast. That culture? It's brutal, but it's also electrifying. I once watched him work through a Christmas Eve night. He didn't talk, just paced and read designs, red pen in hand. Around 3 a.m., he asked me, "Do you believe in this?" I said, "What?" He looked up, eyes tired but sharp. "This whole thing, humanity going multiplanetary." I nodded. He said, "Then we keep building." That moment stuck with me more than any launch. That's the Elon most people never see. Not the tweets, not the chaos, but the man with a quiet fire to move the species forward. He doesn't just want to be remembered, he wants Earth to be remembered. The human experiment extended beyond this planet. He's got flaws, no doubt. Sometimes his temper burns bridges. His pace can destroy work-life balance. He breaks people as much as he builds things. But he's also consistent in one thing: progress above all else. He treats time like the rarest resource. He hates waiting, delays, or red tape. I once saw him dismantle an entire supply chain just because parts were delayed by 2 weeks. "We'll build them ourselves," he said. And we did. That kind of pressure makes diamonds, or dust. You find out what you're made of. I've seen people in tears. I've seen people quit without even packing. But I've also seen joy, pure, burning, mission-driven joy, when a rocket lands flawlessly, when a problem that felt unsolvable finally cracks. That's when you remember why you endure. Because it's not just about Elon, it's about what he makes possible. A company that makes space feel achievable. A mission that demands the best of you. Whether you stay 5 days or 5 years, you leave changed. I still keep the badge. Not out of nostalgia, but because it reminds me of what we dared to do. I worked on Falcon 9. I watched Crew Dragon take off. I saw astronauts trust their lives to what we built. That kind of pressure, it's terrifying, but also sacred, because we knew failure wasn't an option. Elon made that clear. People's lives are in your hands. Treat it that way. He doesn't just want success, he wants legacy. That's why every project feels like a moonshot. Starlink, Starship, Neuralink, Optimus, all chasing something bigger than commerce. He told us once, "I don't want to make rich people richer. I want to solve problems no one else will touch." That's the essence of SpaceX. It's not corporate, it's crusade. Every day was a battle against physics, time, and doubt. And somehow we kept winning. Because of Elon, or maybe in spite of him, or both. You can hate the pressure, you can hate the man, but you can't deny the results. He did what others said was insane, and dragged an army of believers with him. I'm proud to say I was one of them. Even now, far away from the factory, I find myself watching every launch, heart in my throat, memories flooding back, hoping the countdown hits 0, knowing what it costs to get there, and silently whispering, "Godspeed, Elon." Because behind every launch are hundreds of sleepless nights, thousands of code commits, endless redesigns, heated arguments in cramped rooms, people pushed to their absolute limits, and one man who refuses to settle. That's what it really means to work at SpaceX. I remember when Starship SN8 exploded. We all watched it burst midair. Gasps filled the control room. Engineers held their breath. Elon just nodded and said, "Great data." That's when I learned something crucial. Failure doesn't scare him. Stagnation does. That's why he pushes faster than comfort allows. Why we test before we're ready. Why fail fast isn't just a saying, it's a culture. We never aim to be perfect. We aim to be better. Every day, every iteration. Elon once said, "Perfection is a moving target. Just keep aiming." He'd walk through the hangars in silence sometimes, eyes scanning, mind calculating. You could feel his brain working, like he wasn't fully on Earth, like he was already on Mars waiting for us to catch up. I often wondered if he slept at all. Some nights I found him sleeping on the factory couch, a billionaire with concrete under his back. That told me more than any press conference. He doesn't ask anything he won't do himself, and that earns loyalty, real loyalty. We weren't working for a paycheck. We were chasing something eternal.